Hey everybody, this is Jeremy here, and tonight's video I want to talk about something I learned while at my company, the business I work for, while I was at one of their technology conferences yesterday. It's kind of a big get-together of a few hundred people that all work in tech, nerdy stuff like programming, development, setting up computers and servers and stuff that makes websites run. Big websites, like really big websites. And one of the speakers there was a high-level VP in management, and his presentation on the first slide, it said, "I am a fraud." And I thought this was really fascinating. And he talked about how you always think that the people more senior to you know what they're doing. Like when you're in elementary school, you think the junior high kids have it figured out, and then you realize they don't. And when you're in junior high, you think the high school kids have it figured out, and they don't. When you're in high school, you think the college kids have it figured out, and they don't. That pattern repeats itself indefinitely, and in reality, none of us really have it figured out. We don't. We're human beings with our brains here to process the world around us, but we're all trying to just figure things out. And if you've ever thought that you are inadequate, or that you're not capable enough, or that someone else may be better fit for what you're doing, then this video is for you, because I feel those things. I'm a manager where I work of 5 people, and let me tell you, today I felt like just the biggest fraud. Like, what am I even doing that's useful? Am I even leading these people, or am I even adding anything to the business, or am I just taking a stab at things randomly, hoping that I can just keep my job and have my team keep their jobs? I mean, I'm really like, this is what I was thinking today, just how inadequate I feel to be a manager and a leader of people. It doesn't mean I won't try, but it does mean I feel inadequate, especially today. And I know a lot of people who are in management or trying to make a difference feel this way. Oftentimes it feels like that the things we're doing don't matter, that we're not making a difference. And it's not just at work either, in your personal life and the things that you're striving for. Sometimes it feels like that everything's just collapsing around and that you're not making any headway or progress, and it can be very frustrating. The recommendation, or what I would say to this is, that's part of life. Part of life is the frustration of not feeling adequate enough, of feeling inadequate. Part of life is the struggle. It just is, and I don't have a good answer for this, except that that's just part of life, is the struggle that we all go through, that I know you're going through. You who are watching this video are going through some massive struggles in your life. I know, because you're watching this video. But not just because you're watching this video, but because you're a human being. And that means struggle. It doesn't mean that that's all life is. There's a lot of beautiful things in life beyond the struggle, some beautiful, wonderful things, but it's the struggle that molds us and shapes us. We don't really grow that much from a beautiful, wonderful, pleasurable experience. We feel good. It feels nice to have a massage, for instance. It feels nice to hug someone or kiss someone who hugs and kisses you back. I mean, those are great things, but those don't help you grow as a person. And so it's your struggle, it's your feeling of inadequacy that's telling you that you're in the right spot for what you're doing, that you're doing something hard. And when you do something hard, you're going to grow as a person. You're going to become stronger. And that's cool. That's really cool. And don't give up. Don't give up. I mean, I feel like giving up sometimes. I can't count the number of times I wanted to just give up and like leave my job. Like I don't want to do this anymore. That happens to me. But I stay because I don't believe in giving up. I believe in persevering and continuing on for the person it makes out of you to do so. And you'll look back at yourself in a year or two if you just persevere and you keep the fight going. Don't give up. And you'll keep growing. You'll become stronger, and you'll realize in a year or two the things that were really hard now are easy. And this is awesome. A good example of this is something I did yesterday for a company activity. There's this place here in Utah called Snowbird. It's a ski resort and summer park, and I was there with some of my coworkers from San Francisco. And there's this really tall tower, like 30 feet tall. And you climb up these stairs to go to the top. And you get to the top. And there's these two sides, and there's these gates that are about 3 feet high. Of course, there's walls. But then there's these gates that are shut, of course, because obviously you don't want to make it easy for someone to jump off the tower. And I remember standing there with a good friend of mine, and we were watching the kids, the children, who were 8, 10, 12 years old, in their harnesses, and they're hooked on this thing. And the purpose of that tower is to hold on to your line, I guess you would call it, that's on your harness, and then you jump off, and you free fall for 5 or 10 feet, and then the line catches you and lowers you down. But taking that jump off a 30-foot tower is quite frightening, and many of the children went to the edge and would cry and saying, "I'm too scared." And I don't blame them. It's really high up. We kind of know that if we were to jump from 30 feet, we could die or get really messed up. And even at a young age, you can see that. And so these children are freaking out and crying, and some have to take the hook out, go back, and it took some 3 times before they finally jumped off. But they did it. And some of the kids just jumped right off like it was nothing. My friend jumped off first, no problem whatsoever. And then it was my turn. And so I'm on the platform, I'm walking, and one of the gals who works there grabs the harness and hooks me in, says, "Hold on to this black part." And she says, "When I open the gate, you're going to jump right out." And right as she said this, time slowed down. It was weird. Everything got really slow. My senses were really heightened. My heart was pumping like extremely hard and fast. And I saw her open the gate, and it was like a slow motion. And she opened the gate, and in the span of a couple seconds, a lot of things went through my head. I had a mini life flashback of everything, all the important things in my life, all the things that I hold dear, all the experiences I've had. And so I kind of, at a small level, can relate to someone who feels like they're about to die, or maybe they are, and their life flashes before their eyes. This happened to me. So I walk to the edge, and I'm trembling. I'm afraid of what I'm about to do, but I know it's going to be okay because the thing is going to catch me. I'm going to fall 10 feet, and then it's going to catch me. But I don't know what it's like. I have no reference point, and that's scary. As I walk to the edge, I pause for a half second, and then I just take a deep breath and lurched myself. I didn't really jump because I didn't have the strength to jump. I kind of just lurched myself off and just went, "Ah!" and just let out a growl, a roar, and free fall. And I felt just kind of this tense tension in my stomach. And then the line catches me and lowers me down, and I just lay down on my back. Huge shot of adrenaline. The reason I tell you that story is because I was extremely afraid of doing that. I felt fearful, like you may feel fearful in your life of your ability to do something or accomplish something or find something. you may feel like that's just not going to happen for you, or that someone's going to figure out that you're a fraud, or not, you don't really know what you're doing. And I would say that to answer that for you is that you are a leader if you are doing things that most people are afraid to do. And I could actually get emotional talking about this, is that most people are afraid to do the things that you, if you're watching this video, most people are afraid to do the things that you are doing, whether that's being a leader, a manager, doing public speaking, doing service for other people, voicing your opinions, being an inspiration to others, debating others, starting the business, looking for the love of your life, whatever it is you're doing. To do that is to face failure and rejection and fear. And you're a leader if you're doing this, because you're doing what other people are afraid to do. And that's what a leader does. A leader takes the steps that others are afraid to do. And it's funny because my friend at Snowbird is also a leader within the company. We both are managers for teams there. And it was cool to see us both take the leap and off that tower. And that represents to me the importance of people who are willing to take risks, who are willing to face their fears. The world needs people like that. Otherwise, who would help guide and lead and direct all the cool stuff that's going on? And so for you watching this, you're a leader. You're a leader. Don't worry about feeling inadequate, because we all do. I do. It's okay. We all don't really know what we're doing. We're just trying the best with what we can to learn and grow. So there you go. Your quest is to allow yourself to feel inadequate, allow yourself to feel afraid, and then take that and still face the fear anyway. Take the leap off the tower and keep doing it no matter what. And I promise you that you'll grow and become stronger in ways that you could not otherwise be. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next coaching video.